Hi children and hi viewers. In previous videos we discussed about the Snell's law. N21 is equals to sin I by sin R. We proved that, and we are verified that Snell's law by doing some two activities. In this video I am going to explain about the one interesting topic, that is critical angle and total internal reflection. What is mean by critical angle and what is mean by total internal reflection? So in this video you are going to learn about these two things. So got my point, children? So here up to now you didn't subscribe my channel, please subscribe my channel and encourage all my videos, keep support to my channel. So I am going to topic now here, children. Very easy topic. So my request is, while you are watching the video, don't skip any part of the video. If you can skip the content, you are unable to understand the content clearly. That's why you have to watch the video without skipping. Okay, now I am going to the topic, children. Today topic is critical angle. What is mean by critical angle and what is mean by total internal reflection? What's that? Total internal reflection. TIR. TIR means total internal reflection. Clear, children? To explain this, we must remember two conditions. The first thing is the light must be moved from denser medium to the rarer medium. Denser medium to the rarer medium, that is the first thing. And to get the TIR, the angle of incidence must be greater than the critical angle. First thing is what? The light must be traversed from denser medium to the rarer medium, and to get the total internal reflection, the angle of incidence is more than the critical angle. So first thing is we have to know about what is critical angle. To explain that, I am going to draw one diagram here. Here already we know that what is Snell's law. N21 is equals to sin I by sin R. This is what we call Snell's law. N21 is equals to sin I by sin R. There what is I? Angle of incidence. And what is R? Angle of refraction. Angle of refraction. The ratio of sine of angle of incidence to the sine of angle of refraction must be a constant, that is nothing but here refractive index of that particular medium. Simple. My aim is to say here in Snell's law, sin I by sin I is equals to constant value. When N21 is constant, simply here we are writing from that formula. Simply we have to write sin I is proportional to sin R. There is some direct here. There is relation between I and R. There is relation between I and R. What is I? Angle of incidence. What is R? Angle of refraction. Sin I is proportional to sin R. There is some directly proportionality is there. If I value is increases, R also increases. If I value decreases, R is decreases. And if I value is minimum, R also minimum. If R is increases, high, R also high. So here now you have to observe the diagram what I am drawing here. From that you have to clearly go for what is critical angle and what is TIR. Here I am drawing one line. This is nothing but here interface. What is that? Interface. Interface means what? That can separate the two media. For example, here this is the medium 1 and this is the medium 2. Medium 1 and medium 2. Here both are separated by some distance. Here one line is there. This line will joins or separates the two media. So that is what we call generally interface. What's that? Interface. Clear? So this is the one interface we are drawing here. Simply I am going for that like this. This is the medium 1 and this is the medium 2. Here I am taking now medium 2 is nothing but here denser medium. What's that? Denser. And this is the rarer medium. denser and rarer. I already told you in previous videos. What is medium? The medium is nothing but which can allow the light, that should be called medium. And what is mean by denser medium and what is mean by rarer medium? The medium which has more density, that should be called as the denser medium, and the medium which has less density, that should be called as rarer medium. For example, if you can consider water is the one medium of light, air is the another medium of light, then air is nothing but here rarer medium and water is denser medium. And again, air and glass is denser and air is rarer, like that. So here now, this is the first thing here, this is the interface and this is the denser medium and this is the rarer medium. Clear? So you have to observe this point, children. Sin I is proportional to sin R. Clear? So generally, this is the, just imagine, now it is the interface, and now here this is the one incident ray. What's that? One incident ray. And this point what we call point of incidence. This line is the interface and this one is the incident light ray. At this point that should be incident. At that point you have to draw one normal line. Here this is what? Normal line. I am showing with N. Here normal line and this is the incident ray. So angle between these two what we call angle of incidence. Clear? And after that here this is what? Refracted ray. So here now this is what again? Refracted ray and this is normal. Angle between normal and refracted ray is what we call angle of refraction and this is the angle of incidence. Clear, children? So this is the first thing you have to remind. What is I? Angle of incidence. Angle between normal and incident ray is what we call angle of incidence, and angle between refracted ray and normal is called angle of refraction. Clear? And next thing, second point you have to remember this point also. Here this is the rarer medium and this is the denser medium, rarer to denser. While the light is coming from rarer medium to the denser medium, this is the normal. After refraction it is moves towards normal. That's why here angle of I is greater than angle of R. I already explained same thing in previous videos. Just go and see once. Clear? While the light is moving from rarer medium to the denser medium, after refraction the refracted ray is bends towards normal. That's why here I is always greater than R. And in this case, what I am discussing is an special topic. In that here this is what? Denser medium and this is what? Rarer medium. So now in this case, here this is the incident ray and this is the point of incident. At that point I draw normal. Now it is goes like this. You have to observe here now, when it is moving from rarer to denser, it is bends towards normal. And in this case what you observe, while the light is moving from denser to the rarer medium, the ray is just goes away from the normal, moves away. It is moves towards normal and it is moves away from the normal. So you have to observe these 3 points. First thing is what? Sin I is proportional to sin R, and next thing is what is angle of I and what is angle of R, and how the light ray, refracted ray should be goes away from the normal, when it is goes away from the normal and when it is goes towards the normal. So these 3 points are important to understand this concept. So here now I am going to the top here now, our topic. So children, you must watch the video without skipping, then only you can understand everything. Once you can watch completely without skipping, the knowledge will be gained by you. I am sure about that. Here now this is the denser medium and this is the rarer medium. Now here what I am telling, the light must be traversed from denser medium to the rarer medium. That's why here I am showing this is the first light ray. This is first light ray and this is here simply we are showing like this. That means there is no deviation. Why? Because it is the interface and at that point this is the incident ray. This is what? Incident ray. Then if you can find out the angle of incidence, we have to draw the one normal. Then here normal and incident ray both are in parallel. That's why here simply in this case what you have to say, angle of I is 0, then angle of R also 0. According to that, sin I is proportional to sin R. When angle of I is 0, angle of R also 0. That's why here the light ray first it is what is going directly, that should be straight. There is no deviation. After that I am showing the second ray like this. This is the second ray coming from the source. Clear? At that point of incidence we are drawing here one normal. Now this is the angle is I am taking, this is I1, angle of incidence. So children, what I told you, the light is moving from denser medium to the rarer medium. That's why after refraction that should be moves away from the normal. That's why here R. So in this case angle of R is greater than angle of I. Clear? So this is the I1 and this is R1. Clear? Similarly again here we are taking one more light ray. Then here what I am telling, I value is increase. So initially I value is 0, after some value is there, and again I am showing this is like this. So here when I value increases, R also increases. Clear? This is now here I1, I2 and this is R2. Clear? Again we are going third light ray. Again that should be same. So this is I3 and this is R3. So here we are showing I1, IR1, I2, R2, I3, R3 in this diagram. That means here when we have lot of light rays, they are moving from denser medium to the rarer medium. While they are moving from denser medium to the rarer medium, they have different values of angle of incidence. They have different values for angle of incidence. Corresponding to that, they will have some respective angle of refractions. Simply here sin I is proportional to sin R means when I value increases, R value also increases. So children, then after that I am showing here one more light ray here. This is the light ray here. That should be refracted and that should be grazes along the interface. That should be moves along the interface. Clear? So we are taking one more light ray. For that angle of refraction is 90 degrees. This is the very important point you have to observe. In this case the light ray is coming like should be like this, seems to be like straight light here, so straight here. Here what I am telling, the light is going to be refracted but it does not completely goes away. Simply here that should be moves along the interface, Clear children? That's why here at that particular situation the angle of incidence is there, that should be called critical angle. That should be what we call critical angle. When the light is moving from denser medium to the rarer medium, for particular angle of incidence, the angle of refraction becomes 90 degrees. Here what it is that? This is the 90 degrees. What's that? 90 degrees. Here 90 degrees is not called as critical angle. 90 degrees is not called as critical angle. So most of the students may get confused. Here the critical angle is here nothing but that is the angle of incidence. That is the angle of incidence, but one condition is there. What's that? For which angle of incidence angle of refraction becomes 90 degrees. For which angle of incidence angle of refraction becomes 90 degrees. That particular angle of incidence is called critical angle. Clear? Now this is the critical angle. So that's why I am writing here I is equals to C. Here C is what? Critical angle. For critical angle, angle of refraction must be 90 degrees. So this is simply about, children, critical angle. What's that? When the light is moving from denser medium to the rarer medium, for which angle of incidence angle of refraction becomes 90 degrees. Angle of refraction becomes 90 degrees. That particular angle of incidence is called critical angle. Got my point, children? So next thing, after that again further we are increasing the angle of incidence. After that further again we are increasing the angle of incidence. Then the rays not enter into the rarer medium. That should be again completely coming back into the same medium. Clear? So here what I am telling, in this case I is greater than C. I is greater than C. For that the light ray is moving from denser medium to rarer medium. That particular case angle of incidence is more than the critical angle. Then the ray is completely coming back into the same medium. That phenomena is called total internal reflection. We have definition in title only. Total means what? Completely. Total internal means what? Inside. How it coming into inside? By the process of reflection. Total internal reflection. Clear, children? When the light is moving from denser medium to the rarer medium, after the critical angle, further the angle of incidence is increases, then the wave is completely coming back into the same medium. That phenomena is called total internal reflection. Total internal reflection. So this is about the, children, critical angle and total internal reflection. Let us see here first. What is critical angle? Critical angle is nothing but when the light is moving from denser medium to the rarer medium, for which angle of incidence angle of refraction is 90 degrees, then that particular angle of incidence is called critical angle. Clear? And what is total internal reflection? When the light is moving from denser medium to the rarer medium, if the angle of incidence is more than the critical angle, if the angle of incidence is the more than the critical angle, then the wave is the ray is completely back coming into the same medium. That phenomena what we call total internal reflection. What we call total internal reflection. Got it, children? So now we go for explanation again. So here very important topic here, just see once. According to Snell's law, we write sin I is proportional to sin R, I is proportional to R. Clear? So in this figure you have to observe, first thing is the first light ray we are showing that here I, and this is the R here, I is 0, then R also 0. That's why even though the light is moving from one medium to the other medium, but angle of refraction is 0. Next, after that, in this case what I told you, while the light is moving from denser medium to rarer medium, after refraction the light rays moves away from the normal. That's why in this diagram at every situation angle of R is greater than angle of I. Clear? So in this figure we observe second ray. First one is what? I is equals to 0, then R is equals to 0. After that I value is increases, then R value also increases. So here I1, I2, I3 should be like that. I1 value, I2 value, I3 value continuously increases. After that what you observed at particular angle of incidence. So for this light ray, so here, so this is the light ray here, for this light ray, what you have to observe, it should be refracted and there should be gauges along the interface. There should be in the second medium, there should be in the radar medium only, but there should be moves along the interface. So then what you have to take, this is the normal, then what you have to say, angle is 90 degrees. Angle is 90 degrees. So then that particular angle of incidence is called critical angle. After that, even further, the angle of incidence is increases more than the critical angle, then the wave is coming into the same, back to the same medium, like this. Here that means what, the light is completely reflected back. That phenomena what we call total internal reflection. What is that? Total internal reflection. Children, this is about the simply critical angle and total internal reflection. And children, here starting off this video I told you what is that, n2 by n1 is equals to sin I by sin r. n2 by n1 is equals to sin I by sin r. Here for critical angle, angle of r is how much? 90 degrees. R is equals to 90 degrees. And how we are showing the critical angle C? I is equals to C. Then what you write? n2 by n1 is equals to sin C by sin r. R means what? 90. Sin 90 means what? 1. n2 by n1 is equals to sin C. R n1 by n2 is equals to 1 by sin C. So this is the relation between refractive index and critical angle. It's very simple. Just we are substituting the values of I and R. We are taking condition is what? Critical angle. At the critical angle, I is equals to C and R is equals to 90. We have formula is that Snell's law is what? n2 by n1 is equals to sin I by sin R. Then simply we are substituting, instead of I what you have to write? C. Instead of R what you have to write? 90. Then n2 by n1 is equals to sin C by sin 90. From that what you get? n2 by n1 is equals to sin C, or n1 by n2 is equals to 1 by sin C. Or simply we are writing n12 is equals to 1 by sin C. So this is a relation between refractive index and critical angle. So children, this is the simply about the critical angle and total internal reflection. This is a very important topic, children. The same topic will be in intermediate secondary also. So already I uploaded for intermediate secondary children also. I uploaded one video for that, so just go and watch that also. Same topic will be there. So I hope you understand. So children, after watching this video, just like and share and comment the video. Subscribe my channel to get the latest notifications. Bye children, we will meet in the next video with some other topic. Bye, take